A Danamion's sun spilled across the bedroom floor in long, amber slats, turning the carpet into a golden meadow. Barnaby felt the sudden, alarming jerk at his throat. He tried to dig his stitched paws into the velvet duvet, his long ears flopping forward in a posture of quiet contemplation. Around his neck was tied a ribbon of tattered blue silk, its edges frayed by years of affection, the occasional tug of a curious tooth. To anyone else it was a scrap of trash. To Barnaby it was the anchor that held him to the boy who slept beside him every night. It smelled of lavender laundry soap and the faint sweet scent of maple syrup from long-ago breakfasts. Suddenly, the window latch, which had always been a feature in a sign way. He couldn't let it go. Without the ribbon, he felt less like Barnaby and more like a simple sack of stuffing. He had to go down. Barnaby tipped himself over the edge, sliding down the side of the mattress with his heart, if he had one of flesh, thumping against his ribs. He tumbled into the dust, landing with a muffled thud on the hardwood floor. The air here was different. It was thick and tasted of old cedar and forgotten things. The light from the window didn't reach this far. It stopped at the hem of the bed-skirt like a timid traveler at the edge of a haunted wood. Between him and his prize lay the valley of the mismatched. He stepped forward, his button eyes straining to pierce the dark. Every creak of the floorboards above sounded like a thunderclap. He remembered the boy, Leo, telling him stories of the monsters that lived down here. Leo had always held Barnaby tight during those stories, and that memory acted like a small flickering candle in his mind. He moved deeper, his soft feet making no sound as he entered the heart of the darkness. It wasn't the wind this time, but something moving through them. A shape loomed out of the gray haze, tall and spindly. It was the Weaver, a creature made of tangled yarn and discarded sewing needles that had fallen through the cracks over the decades. Its eyes were two mismatched buttons, one red and one a sickly yellow, and its lens clicked as it moved. A visitor, the Weaver hissed, the sound like sandpaper on glass. A soft thing, a full thing. What brings a king of the mattress to the kingdom of the forgotten? The Weaver forget you. They always do. They grow, and their legs get longer, and suddenly the bed is too small for a rabbit. Stay here. Join the tangle. In the dark, you don't have to worry about being loved or being lost. You just are. Their relating looked at the ribbon, and then at the looming shadow. He thought of the way Leo's hand felt, warm and sticky with jam, gripped around his middle. He thought of the glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling above the bed. They weren't just plastic, they were promises. He realized then that the darkness didn't have power over the light. It was simply the absence of it, and he carried the light inside him. The glow from Barnaby softened, filling the peat of the dryer, the comfort of the quilt, and the soft hum of Leo's breathing. As he did, a faint, golden radiance began to seep through his worn fabric. It wasn't a physical flame, but a glow of pure, unadulterated belonging. The Weaver recoiled, its yarn limbs shriveling away from the light. But there are things down here that still have value. The puzzle piece completes a picture somewhere. The soldier still has his courage. You are only a monster because you think you are forgotten. The glow from Barnaby softened, filling the space under the bed with a gentle, honeyed light. He tucked the blue ribbon securely under his arm, and began the long climb back to the world of the living. It was harder going up than it had been coming down. He had to use the rough texture of the bed skirt to pull himself up, inch by agonizing inch. His muscles, could call them that, ached with the effort. He could hear the bedroom door creaking open. Barnaby, as Leo tied the silk back around Barnaby's neck. Making the knot extra tight this time, Barnaby looked toward the edge of the bed. Far below, in the deepest shadow, he thought he saw a single silver glint. It was the Weaver, watching from the dark. Barnaby didn't feel afraid anymore.